Buenos dias, good morning, Dubra Yutra, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So this is the fourth session of the Wealth Mastermind Group. And what we're going to go into today is, it's interesting today because we have more people online than we have live, kind of like our courses. So it's interesting, over the past 5 years, we were 75% live courses and 25% online. The ratios have swapped. So now we're about 25% live and 75% online. What this means to you is, we've been going over marketing, right? Yes? Okay, thank you. So before we go on, the first thing I want to do is thank you for your time. How many consider your time valuable? May I see your hands, please? Okay, thank you. How many don't like it when people waste your time? Okay, good. So I'm going to do my best in this next hour to make sure your time is well spent. So thank you for showing up. How many have other things you could be doing right now? Okay, good. So we'll do our best to make sure your time is well spent so you'll come back and tell other people and bring them. So thank you. Marketing is the most important skill to have. Why? People don't like salespeople. Think of the word salesman. Think of the words and pictures that come into your mind. Most of them are negative. Yes or no? Okay, great. So we don't want to be seen as salespeople. Understand, marketing is perception, and perception is reality. Right? So it doesn't matter who you are, what you did, or what you do. If people perceive you a certain way, then that's the way you are in their mind. So the number one rule of marketing to me is position. What position do you hold in a prospect's mind? What is the customer always and only asking themselves before they make a buying decision? What's in it for me? So your marketing has to answer the question. The question is, why should I do business with you? Most marketing is me too marketing. I sell real estate. Me too. I'll sell your home for the shortest amount of time with the most money with the fewest problems. Me too. And the seller can't tell you apart. That's why they give you that thing called a commissionectomy. They're desperately trying to tell you to differentiate you. The goal in marketing is to elevate, separate, differentiate, and distinguish you from everyone else. That's them over there, and that's what they do, whatever they do. They all sound alike if you listen to them. But this is what I do, and this is the benefit to you. This is what I do, this is how I do it, this is why I do it that way, and this is the benefit to you, which answers the question they have, which is what? What's in it for me, and why should I do business with you? Are you with me? Okay, so can I give you a story? Okay, so I'm calling on for sale by owners. I loved for sale by owners, excuse me, when I was doing residential real estate, which I don't do anymore. But when I did it, I loved them. It's a cheap source to find. They're easily identified, and they want to sell. They're already motivated. What's the problem? They had a bad experience with the realtor. They don't like them, they don't trust them, and they want to save some money. Right? Right. Do we fault them for that? No. It's their house. They can do whatever they want with it. No problem. But I love them because 9 out of 10 list. And I like to stack the odds in my favor. 9 out of 10 for sale by owners ultimately list their home with the broker. Why would you not go after that market? And back then we had a thing called a newspaper. And they were all in there. That was a special column for FSBOs. For sale by owners. It was so incredibly cheap. You get out the map, you get out the thing, it's got the address, it's got the directions. It's like shooting turtles in your bathtub. You can't miss. So I went up to the for sale by owner. I'm talking to this guy, and his house is typically 20% over market. And he's got a little bitty handmade sign out in his front yard. I said, "Do you know why your home hasn't sold?" He says, "No." I said, "Do you want to know?" He said, "Yeah." I said, 2 things. It's overpriced and undermarketed. It's overpriced and it's undermarketed. He goes, "Okay, fine. If I hire you, will you market it?" I said, "Well, yeah. The problem is, see, now because your marketing is virtually non-existent, no one knows it's overpriced. If you don't attach the proper value to the asset, price it properly, the only difference between what you've done and what I'm going to do is everyone will know." So you got to do both. We're now in the digital age. Do you have your business blueprint in front of you? Who does not? Okay, great. Please go get them. They're right there. Those of you online, if you want one, go to www.austininstitute.com or go to info@austininstitute.com, and we'll be happy to send you your own business blueprint. It looks like this. It shows the 6 components of a business and the definition and goal of each. And what the Wealth Mastermind Group is about is helping you make the transition from a sole proprietor working by yourself and doing everything on your own to assembling and being on and part of a high-performance team. This is like the painters in the early years when they used to have to go master wood and build their own paintbrushes. And they had to master a subject called horsehair so they could make the brush. Then they had to master the frame and master the canvas. And they had to master all the pieces. That's why they call it that. So when you're done, this is your masterpiece. The purpose of a business is to give you your life. Most realtors give their lives to their business. So we designed the business for you. All you got to do is follow the formula. It's up to you to design your life. So that's why it's called the Wealth Mastermind Group. If you look here in the lower left corner, you'll see marketing. Most important skill to have. Marketing is the engine that drives leads to your business. What business are you in? So these are the questions I'm going to ask you to ask yourself. What business are you in? What's your product? Who's your competition? Who's your customer? What are they saying and why are they buying? What business are you in? Understand this, please. Residential real estate has nothing to do with houses. If it did, only be one floor plan. It was the house that'd only be one floor plan. So it's not the house. So why are they buying? What are they buying? What business are you in? Who's your customer? What's the product? Who's your competition? What are they saying? What are you saying? If you look at your business blueprint, there's some tools under there. I'm going to go really fast because we're tight on time. And I want to give you as much as we can. If you have a question or a concern, raise your hand and stop me. Is that okay with everybody? Okay, if you're online, just email Travis and we'll take your questions online. Thank you. Under tools, what's the first tool? What is UMP? Unique marketing position. It's a sentence, phrase, or paragraph that elevates, separates, differentiates, and distinguishes you from all your competitors. So we're going into the digital age now, and we can tell because we have more people online than we have live. So you now have more, cheaper, better ways to deliver your message. If it's still inferior, more people will know. Kind of like the FSBO. He refused to adjust his price, so pretty soon hundreds of people knew we had an overpriced house out there. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter where, I shouldn't say it doesn't matter, because it does matter where, but I think more importantly, it comes back to why should people do business with you? And until and unless you answer that, they're still going to do their best to differentiate you from the rest of the realtors, and typically that's by asking you what you charge. In the absence of a unique marketing position, they will default to price. Please. Price. Suppose the price is right? Right? Huh? Sold by the owner. What, is there a question in there? Huh? There's 5 things that sell a home. Price, terms, condition, exposure, the broker who represents you. What's number 1? Price. Buyers buy homes more than shop homes more than anything else by comparison. If I took any of you into one subdivision and we looked at 10 houses, when we walked into the 11th home, would we know if it was at, above, or below market? Well, buyers do the same thing. They're not stupid. I mean, I hear these agents, oh, somebody from California will buy it. Well, Californians aren't stupid people. You can't say that. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Now, granted, you're going to get a premium in this market because it's Economics 101. right? Supply, demand, price. When the supply goes down and the demand goes up, what happens to price? It follows demand, right? So we're lucky. We're in Austin, Texas. We're in a bubble. You put it on the market, it sells. Why? Because there's not enough of them. There are more buyers in our marketplace than there are homes for them to buy. That's called an aberrated market. It's not normal. So a FSBO might sell their home in this market. In a normal market, it's price. Number one. Terms. If you can offer terms and help the seller get financing, because most people have not handled their finances well and can't qualify, because they borrowed money they didn't have to buy stuff they don't need to impress people they don't know. I understand. But you can, if the seller offers terms to a buyer who otherwise can't qualify, they will sell their home faster for more money. So number one is price. Number two is terms. Number three is condition. Buyers do not have the vision. Most do not. Some do really well at this. Most do not have the vision to see the home as it could be. They only see it how it is. So this is where your job as a consultant comes in. You've got to teach these people how to get that thing saleable. Well, all the things they need to do is position that home above the competition. So it's price, terms, condition, exposure. Just tell your for sale by owners, look, buyers aren't going to fly into Austin, buy a map, buy a paper, go online, rent a car, drive subdivisions looking for you. They're going to do exactly what you did. They're going to call a realtor and ask them, tell them their criteria. The agent will put that criteria into the MLS system. The MLS will spit out a list of homes that match that criteria. Those are the homes that sold or get shown, and those are the homes that get sold. So by not being professionally listed or marketed by a broker, what you've done, sir, ma'am, effectively, is hidden your home from the marketplace. That's what you tell them. Did you get that? You got to see you writing it? Okay, good. So you got a good memory. Huh? I'm sorry? Percentage of what? Of what? Nine out of 10 are going to list. How many sell on their own? I have no clue because it's not a matter of public record. I can tell in MLS we know what sales are, but I don't know how many for sale by owners sell. I would think, as I said earlier, in this market, probably more than normal. It's just the current market. And the last one's the broker. So what you tell this for sale by owner is this: look, the attrition rate in real estate is north of 90%. 9 out of 10 fell. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've sold 45 homes in the last 60 days and 98% of market value. What that means to you is I'm not going to be practicing on your house. When do you want to get started? So you got to know how to educate them. You have to help them make a decision. You got to close the deal. So we're going to go through marketing, then we'll go into sales. Did I answer your question? Okay. Thank you for the question. Glad you're here. Okay. Unique marketing position. Travis is going to go into all the ways you can market yourself. If you don't have a unique marketing position, you might as well not do it because they're not going to know who you are, what you do, how you do it, why you do it that way, and the benefit to them. So, are you clear on this? You must have a unique marketing position. Yes? Great. How do you get it? It's probably the hardest thing you'll ever do in your business. Understand that one of the purposes, the business has 3 purposes. One is to give you your life. The second is to solve a problem. And the 3 is to add value. Your marketing is number 2. Your solution to their problem is your unique marketing position. So what problems are sellers having? Are you surveying them? Are you talking to them? Are you asking them? Do an in-depth interview. If you've got some sellers that you've already done business with, go back and interview them. How was the process with me? How was the transaction? What could I have done better? What problems did you experience? What problems did I solve? Which ones did I not solve? Talk to owners on the market. Have you ever had trouble selling your house? Have you had problems with the realtor? What were the problems? What were the real issues with the realtor? Collect all that information, and out of that, if you look at it, you'll see a pattern in there. Your unique marketing position is the answer, the solution to their problems. Are you with me? Great. That's why we're called the Business School for Realtors. First of all, get your license, build your business, invest your profits. What we're doing is we're attacking the attrition rate. No other school in the country has this. They focus on getting your license. Here's what we're going to tell you, what we've been telling you for 20 years. Your license guarantees you nothing. It doesn't. I've been on hundreds of listing presentations. I've never been asked the difference between accretion and erosion. That's on the state exam. How many of you have been selling for at least a year now? Okay, great. So how many of you know what I'm saying is true? Okay, good. Your license guarantees you nothing. It gets you into the game. It doesn't give you the skills to play the game. This is step 2, build your business. That's why we created this business blueprint. Step 3 is invest your profits. So why do we call it the Wealth Mastermind Group?